Okay, thanks very much. Welcome everyone. It's the meeting of the Cabinet of North East Derbyshire District Council. It's the 7th of July 2022. With me in the room, I'm Councillor Alex Dale. I'm the leader of the council. We have Councillor Charlotte Cupid, who's the deputy leader. Councillor Alan Powell, who's the portfolio holder for leisure. Councillor Carolyn Reddick, portfolio holder for housing. Alan Marr, who's governance officer. Lee Hickey as managing director. Sarah Sternberg as monitoring officer, and Jane Dethick as section 151 officer. And on the screen we have Mark Foster, who's cabinet member for council services. So the first item is apologies for absence. And I think we have Councillor Parkin.
Deputy Chair, and also Councillor Kenny.
Okay. The next item is declarations of interest. Are there any that anyone wishes to disclose? There's two items under exempt that myself and Councillor Reddick declare interest on as town board members, but I don't think it's not a peculiar interest, so we're still entitled to vote. Okay, and then the next item is minutes of the last meeting. Can I have a mover? Well, I'll move those. Can I have a second? Thanks, Councillor Powell. All those in favour of approving those? Carried. And then the next item is the medium-term financial plan. And in the absence of Councillor Parkin, if Jane Dethick can please introduce that.
Thank you, certainly can. So the purpose of this report is to inform Cabinet of the outturn position for the Council for the financial year 2021-22, and it's also to approve the rollover of a small number of revenue budgets that we've identified and approve the slippage as per normal practice within the capital programme. So we published this year's accounts on the 26th of May ahead of the statutory deadline, which is the 31st of July this year. We wanted to do that to give the auditors the best chance to be able to complete within their time frame, which is currently the 28th of September. I won't go through the report in detail, but I'll just take a minute or two to just highlight the key points. The general fund net cost of services position at the 31st of March was £478,000 underspend compared to the revised budget. Table 1 in the report shows the main variances, and you'll note the main one is pay. It's largely due to a number of vacant posts across the council, as well as savings on the casual budgets at the leisure centres, which we haven't needed to utilise while we've been working on a number of leisure centres that are closed. So we've been able to repurpose those staff during that time. There are a couple of budgets that we're seeking approval for rollover. They're £8,000 for church wall repairs and £28,000 for rent review valuations. Both are just as a result of the work not being completed before year end. They're both progressing well this year, so we will be spending them during this financial year. In terms of the reserves, they're all detailed in pages 2 and 3. The main point to note is that the transfer to the general fund from the resilience reserve was £397,000 less than we'd originally forecast, and that's largely due to the non-pay that we've mentioned previously. There are very few variances of note on the HRA, and Appendix 3 has full details. There's been quite a lot of slippage on the capital programme, general fund and HRA, as in previous years, we're seeking approval to roll those over. The main reasons for that was sourcing of materials and contractors in the post-COVID market during the first part of the year was quite challenging, but things are a little bit easier. We've got additional pressures now with cost of living, but we'll be putting those back to you in the future report. And finally, just to summarise Appendix 5, it produces a report on treasury management activity. I won't go through that in any detail, but the key points are summarised for you at 2.30 in the report. So I'm happy to take any questions, Chair, and then if I could move back to you to move the recommendations.
Thanks very much, Jane. Any questions for Jane? No, I'm happy to move then the recommendations. Is there a all those in favour? That's carried. Thank you very much. Back to the agenda. Next item is the independent directors of Bricknell Homes remuneration review.
Yes, thank you, Chair. This is the recommendation from the Homes Committee to increase remuneration of the independent only board members. This will result in an increase to the Homes budget of about £5,178. The independent review has been carried out by an independent company remuneration to compare with like organisations, and It is likely that there is an increase probably in the lower quartile. We only have 3 independent board members, and remuneration hasn't actually been implemented since 2012. Really, proper recruiting independent board members is key here. It's about retention, rewarding, and attracting high quality independent board members with key skills in a sort of specialist sector. And I have no problem with their proposing we accept this remuneration.
Thanks, Councillor. I absolutely agree with you. I think it's important that we attract, the best possible people and retain the very good independent directors that we have. So I'm happy to second. Are there any other comments? No. Okay. All those in favour? Okay, that's carried. Thank you very much. Item 6 is urgent items, and there are no urgent items from me. So item 7, I therefore move that the public be excluded from the meeting during the discussion of the following items of business to avoid the disclosure to them of exempt information as defined in Part 1, the Schedule 12A to the Local Government Act 1972. Is there a second? All those in favour? Carried. We start with
Yes,
the
thank you, Chair.